Well, hello.
Well, good morning. A gracious good morning to you.
I've missed you. I've not seen you since our carnival extravaganza.
With Raggedy Ann and Randy.
I thought he was going to kill me.
Oh my God, he was a piece of work. Well, with that voice.
I don't know why I felt the need to be an annoying character, but I just was. I couldn't stop
Mom
it.
Mom says. I'm like, and I'm going to kill you.
Can you imagine if I was your actual real life sister? I would not have made it out of childhood.
Yeah. We would have beaten each other up. It would have been funny.
So welcome into Thursday. It is Labor Day weekend. How did that happen?
I don't care. It's here.
Yeah, right. I know.
That's it.
I know for you, you're psyched about it.
Oh my God. It's been a
For me, I'm like, oh, there's a lot that goes along with that. Although,
well, you have a lot. Go ahead.
The kids are in school. So that's kind of nice.
Well, it isn't. Well, with the new mobile phone rules, right? You don't get text all day.
We'll see how long this lasts.
All right.
They're starting off strong in Mashpee. I don't know if this is going to continue, but yeah, they're not allowed. And my son came down and, Mom, I'm going to sign all this paperwork and they're really ridiculous. You're going to take away my phone and then first time and then the second time, then you have to go get it. It's ridiculous. So
don't do it.
Just leave it in your pocket.
There we go.
And we were at Parents' Day. It was like a little cookout barbecue thing for the football team. So Cliff and I went for Family Day, even though Cody was like, no, I think that was canceled. I was like, no, it's not canceled. They sent me an email. He goes, I don't feel like staying. I was like, what? How many should we RSVP for? 1. I'm like, you're not your own family. So obviously he didn't want us to go, but Coach was really gracious and funny. And he said, this year is not going to be like the other years. And we expect them to toe the line during the day. And that means getting their academics right, getting all the other stuff done before they play football. So I really appreciate Coach Treveri and Mashpee laying it down and being an extra set of eyes when parents can't be there to make sure that they just follow the rules, just behave. It's like 7 hours of the day, okay? Just show up for it. That's your job. Right. Go to school. So I am pumped for it. Yes, Labor Day weekend. You're headed to Provincetown.
Thank
and
God.
There's that's your happy space.
Oh, well, and the thing is like I have to be there for some, rental stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, you know what? We're supposed to have a field day at work, and I wanted to be there, but we had to postpone it.
You have field days at work?
It's our inaugural field day. I'm so excited.
I want field days. I feel like Lemonadio should have field days.
You should. Well, I know you've got a Christmas thing, and I'm putting our holiday party on hold because this field day was not cheap.
Right.
But it was a upload cost because we are now going to have like tents and chairs and tables and lawn games.
Oh, fun.
Yeah. We had to postpone it because of yesterday, because of the rain. And I was just like, I'm not going to be able to make it Thursday because I know I have to be here. So anyway, I'll hear all the deets on that.
Good morning, Gloria. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Yeah, good morning from Toronto. I'm excited too because it's something that our new director wanted to do, and I think it'll be fun. I think it will be fun today.
I want field day.
Field day is a lot of fun. I mean, we're talking like what's that called? Cornhole with the
perfect
bean bags, volleyball, which I'm good at. Somebody mentioned kickball. I'm like, ooh.
I don't play the kickball. Good morning, Diana. Oh, she loves your mustache.
Oh, thank you. It's coiffed. It's obeying today, which is great. There's no humidity out. But kickball, they were thinking of making it to make it even Steven for everybody. Everybody had to carry a red silo cup.
A red solo cup.
Yeah, and I thought that would be really good.
Do you know those have measurements in them?
No. Oh, because of the little lines.
Yeah.
The grooves.
They actually, so you can measure like when you're camping, a cup of something, 2 cups of something. I just thought it was very, red solo cup. This is a song, right?
Yeah, Stephanie's I just fill it up. I fill it up.
Let's have a party. Good morning, Patricia. Thank you so much for joining us. Diana, you made me laugh out loud. And that's fun to do. But she said, here's another piece of my midlife crisis.
Oh, gosh.
Here's Hank. She got a puppy. And your puppy is so cute. Can you please bring him to trivia? Because I want to play with my puppy.
That's cute.
I got very excited. I did. I laughed out loud. That was my first thing when I got back last night when we were cooking dinner at 10 p.m. after my music bingo last night. Lots of kids last night. It was like the goodbye. Sandwich doesn't start school until next week.
Okay.
So everybody brought the kids for like the one
As
last
it should
hurrah.
be. I mean, the early
What happened to this?
start
Why are we in a
before
rush?
Labor Day. Well,
we don't really get snow days.
Not on the Cape. Not usually.
We really don't.
No.
So we, for whatever reason, are starting a little bit earlier.
Yeah.
And there was just a ton of kids there last night, dancing and playing and having a good time. And it made my heart happy. But there was one little girl that did cartwheels on the dance floor for a solid 2 hours. To your mom and dad, God bless you. Good luck with that. Because that seemed very busy.
Season's just started. The fall.
Yes.
By the way, do you get seasonal rhinitis or anything like that?
Oh, me? Absolutely.
My nose has been running. Usually, I'm not happy about it.
Yeah, I was at the land where Time Forgot over there at Thurwood Place. They were all the complainers about their nose running. Mm-hmm. It's nose running season, everybody. Get used to it. Yeah, so it's Labor Day weekend. I don't know. We don't really have any tradition here other than I'm busy with weddings.
Well, that weddings and parties. What's your weekend like for work?
I don't have a weekend until the last weekend of September. Actually, I don't even think so. This entire month, I'm just straight out with weddings, parties, back to school, goodbye, whatever it is, between private parties, yacht club. We're all just saying goodbye to this weather that we didn't even really get this season.
Okay.
Oh, we will meet this week. I am doing double nickels. Definitely midlife crisis. Yes, you are. You are too funny. But Provincetown has got a white party, which sparked my. That's over, right?
The white party?
We can wear white after Labor Day.
I'm not going to talk about that, but this is Labor Day weekend, so
right.
It's kind of the last shebang.
Mm-hmm.
And they raise money for Out of Cape Health Services.
Very cool.
They do it every year. Yeah.
What's the last hurrah like? I kind of like it when it gets a little bit quiet.
I've never been to the white party. I've been invited once. And I'm, I haven't prepared. I mean, this was the first time
where prepare.
Well, you do. You want to make a big, entrance.
He needs to make a splash. If you've never been around RTB, I definitely suggest you do so. You can find him. He's on his personality page, RTB. See him in his like little fabulous suit, which I'm sure I'm going to get to see another version of that.
We're so excited. Next week, the tickets go on sale for the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction ceremony.
Show off your shirt.
Here's my shirt.
It's my shirt.
Exclusive member. This year it's in Brooklyn.
I am so pumped to be in Brooklyn. I
am so excited about
I've spent an enormous amount of time in New York for the last year and a half of my life since my brother has moved in there. I have.
I for the first time this past March, I went to visit my nephew.
Brooklyn beer is one of my favorite little spots.
I found
because you can order your food and then hang out there.
I got to check that out. And there's a guy who is a designer, costumer, and
so many artsy people. I love it.
He's awesome. Daniel and I met him, and after Daniel passed, Eduardo and I kept in touch. And then since my nephew lives there now and does a lot of some cosplay stuff, amazing tailor, I connected them two together this past March, and now Vic is over there at Eduardo's studio. His boyfriend is over there doing some stuff too.
Cool.
Which is awesome. It's over near the Naval Yard. It's pretty. I love it. I love that I made that connection in there.
Well, it's so artsy now. Now that's the place that everyone wants to go is Brooklyn. Yeah. It's the cool, the hip spot.
Well, I know it's very outpriced these days.
Yeah.
Because my friend Ernie and his partner moved out of there and moved to North Jersey, and then after that they moved to Portland, Oregon. They love it out there.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah.
One of the top 10 beaches in the world in Portland, Oregon, as I was looking yesterday because it was National Beach Day.
That's right. I saw the question.
So you found a nice cigar place there too?
Yeah. Really private club. The guy was wonderful, welcoming, and it was kind of dead. It was raining on a Sunday, and Vic and I just hung out, had a few cigars, and then met up with all of his friends.
Hey, John, you are winding down the season over at the Melody Tent. Is this the last weekend of shows over there? Also, good morning, Mary Jane. Thanks so much for joining us. This is RTB, and he is our fabulous friend who is a cigar aficionado.
Yes.
Who part-times in Provincetown.
Yep. You can see me hanging out at nights over at the cigar tent. Well, the smoking tent.
Yeah, wave
outside
hi.
The vault.
Hi.
I'm bummed also because field day, I was going to hang out with a colleague. outside the perimeter. We were going to have cigars.
Oh, today is National Eat Outside Day. So if you're feeling like a picnic today, eat outside.
I'll be doing that later today.
Our poll question of the day is I was just being silly this morning because I woke up in a weird mood and I was like, okay, world ends tomorrow. What are we eating?
Now, what
Lots
happened
of fun
this morning
answers
for you to think that the world?
I don't know. Well, today is day 5 of me with no booze and no takeout food.
Oh,
so maybe I just woke up with food on my brain.
I guess I shouldn't give you this croissant I bought for you.
No, I can't have it. No, I will definitely have that. That's in-house.
It's in-house. It's made.
It's handmade and it's now in my house.
There you go.
Very different than takeout food.
It's true. You didn't order it. Swear to God, she didn't ask.
I didn't. I really didn't. Thank you.
Because I know you love croissants.
I do. It's my favorite.
Of all the stuff over at Flower Bakery, I'm like, what do you want? She's like, just a plain croissant.
Yeah, seriously.
Okay.
Plain Jane over here. Well, for me, it was the mirrors in that 70s room that I was in that I was like, what the? Oh, no.
How'd that get there?
No. Been sitting in my rear end way too long. We're getting up. We're moving.
I've done
Things
that.
need to change.
It's that inner voice. It's like RTB, get up off your ass now.
How many conversations do you have with yourself? You're like, okay, we're doing this.
I don't count. I've stopped counting.
Yeah, right? So many people up there. I can't get anything done. Barely get any of my work done, okay?
Just call me Sybil.
Diane, oh my God, are you okay? I'm fine.
Where's the crayons? I'm fine.
No, seriously, I took one good look at myself in that magnitude and was like, oh, no. Sorry, miss. Also, when you're like having difficulty tying shoes before your hike.
And you're out of breath.
Right? I'm like, I spent a lot of time down there.
Ooh, what'd you do? I just tied my shoes.
I tied my shoe. Yeah, no, we're calling it quits on that lifestyle right there.
I mean, I've started the stretching.
Yeah.
And now I've got to start doing like the ab exercises and some of the weights.
Well, we've had,
I'm doing it slow, very slow, but at least I'm like kicking myself.
Hubby had his birthday this past week and he goes before me by 4 months.
I texted him.
So,
happy birthday.
Awesome.
Yeah.
And like it's just one of those, you're having a hard time doing that. I'm next. Like we're both on the same trajectory.
Well, he's lost a bit of weight too.
Yeah, we're both working on just minimizing right now.
Good.
That's it. I mean, if I could just act like a normal human being, whatever that is at some point.
It's so boring.
Good morning, Hunter. Hunter says, good morning, you two.
Well, hello.
Hi, Jane. Thank you so much for joining us. RTB and Stephanie, we are going over the fact that it's Labor Day weekend. It was just Carnival, and we were just having a great time, dressed up, having the time of our lives in Provincetown. And now here we are. Summer's ending.
I know.
Bridge closures return.
Which bridge? I haven't been reading.
Both of them are going to be. They're both doing lane closures until November. Like, what the hell?
Wow, go ahead.
It needs to be done.
Right.
I hit a pothole so hard on Monday, it popped my tire immediately.
Wow.
And Cliff sat there, fixed my tire in 16 minutes flat.
Okay.
I was so impressed, hurling all the gear out of the way, complaining about his shoulder with one arm, moving things, and then got it all done. Forgot to jack the car up properly, pushed my car off the jack, re-put the jack on, and I'm just sitting there putting on makeup.
Are you done yet?
I'm like, God, we're going to be late.
It sounds like you.
And it was very funny because I was telling everybody at trivia on Monday about my travails of hitting the pothole and heckling him while he's doing it. And somebody yells out, 8 minutes too long.
Oh, wow.
Which I appreciated.
As if he didn't have enough pressure.
He got it done, so I was thankful. At least it's a newer car, thanks to Mia the Kia. Her tire was where it was supposed to be, and it was in fact inflated.
There you go.
Unlike my other broken down, sad, sorry sacks in this driveway. We're cleaning this situation up this month.
Well, that's good. And the other thing too, when I was driving here this morning, there was a cool Kia in front of me.
Oh yeah,
it was an EV6. And the driver is pretty cute too.
Oh, well then.
There you go.
It does tend to turn heads, doesn't it?
Yeah, I took down the license plate. Not that I know anybody who could look it up for me. It's a Kia EV6.
Don't tell me their license plate number.
You don't want me to?
You did write it down.
I did write it down. I've got it ready in case anybody wants to look it up for me. He was cute.
Just in case, find him on social.
That's it.
Anybody that does that for a living, come on down.
That's it.
Yeah. So if you want to enter.
I didn't know if he was going to be going to P-Town. He was too slow.
Oh.
Lead foot. So.
Lead foot and a sweet little mini.
Yep. With my little, Lily Tomlin 9 to 5 reply.
So
Forget it, Mac. We can't wait.
Can't wait.
Can't wait for you to catch up to me.
So if the world is ending tomorrow, what are you eating?
I'm going to Michelin 5-star restaurants.
That's it.
That's it. Just get all the good food. Do
they want to work for us though if the world's ending?
Well, they want to be remembered. Well, they will.
That's if you want to be put in RTB's book, you will show up for me.
That's it. The time has come for you all to compete. Best meal of your life.
This is my own Chopped. That's awesome. Cook for your lives.
That's it. You might remember the movie The Menu.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
That was terrifying. If you've not watched it, I suggest you do so.
That's one of you're around this weekend you want to watch. That's a good movie.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the weather. I have no idea what's going on with that. It's been a horrible summer with weather.
Yeah, and because I'm, kind of last night kicks off Labor Day weekend, even though I have a couple meetings, I'll be working today and tomorrow, a little light. But I tried putting on the new Flash movie.
No.
I got so bored. I just turned it off. I was like, I think I'm getting to that age where it's like there's not a lot that I haven't already seen.
It needs to be, and no storylines or anything like that. You're not going to blow me away.
Yeah, we've already done this. You had the whole Flash series.
Yeah.
Yeah, you lost your mom. You're trying to prove your dad's innocent. Forget it. Move on.
Celebrity story that is, speaking about parents. Paris Jackson under fire right now.
Really?
Because first off, she said she identifies as Black, and then people were being rude to her about that. Okay. But I mean, I'm not even going to get into the semantics of it. It's just obnoxious. And if somebody wants to say they're whatever, I don't care. Go ahead. Enjoy that. But the second part was talking about her dad and how she was skewered on social for not wishing her father a happy birthday. And you and I have had immense conversations about when someone passes.
You have no more birthdays. You're dead. Thank you. Move on.
I'm not trying to be as morose, but she even responded, and she was very kind to respond. And I thought it was really well thought out when she was responding because she's now a performer. Right. She's out there and she's amazing. I heard that. I've not seen, but I've heard that she is really, really talented and really, really wonderful as far as stage presence and all of her musicianship goes. But she said that my father hated his birthday. He never wanted anybody to even know his birthday for fear of people throwing him a surprise party or making something out of nothing. He absolutely hated it.
Yeah. People have different feelings about their birthdays. Some
didn't enjoy
go
it.
All out in big celebration. I like acknowledging people's birthday because it's like, I'm happy that you're here.
Yeah.
I'm celebrating the fact that you're a part of my life.
Yeah.
So I get the whole thing, but also after somebody passes, it's like he would have been. It's like coulda, woulda, shoulda. It's like you lived your life. That's it. Everybody remembers what year you were when you passed.
Yeah.
That's what I'm looking at now that I'm getting old.
We're celebrating every moment.
That's
whatever it is.
Just living for the day, pussycat. As Sophia would say.
That is in my dreams all day long. Pussycat. In my dreams.
There you go.
Because I've been watching the reruns of all of my Golden Girls. Then I got into Golden Palace yesterday and I forgot Cheech Marin was in it. And I was like, what are we watching
Don
here?
Cheadle was in it too. Don't forget him.
And his voice was so high and spry.
Yes.
It made me laugh.
So I think it was season 7, episode 4. It's the one where they do the murder mystery.
Yep.
Getaway. I love that one. It's just so funny. Especially when Dorothy's doing the simulation of slicing someone's throat and she uses Sophia and she's like, not part of the show, folks, not part of the show.
Well, she made the show.
Oh my God, those one-liners are just great.
I know, as evidence of the Golden Palace, just in case Hulu keeps trying to make you watch it. Don't.
No.
It's not good.
I went into it and I started watching the first episode. I'm like, it's just not the same.
Good morning, Miss Eva. We missed you last night at Music Bingo. Maura was there. She brought a happy birthday balloon in for Lemonadio and for my husband. promptly stolen by a child and given to somebody else's birthday. So that's yet another balloon I've lost by Maura. Thanks for coming. Last year, she got me one for my birthday, and I opened the door to leave, and it flew out. I was like, damn it. And now I've probably killed another bird.
There you go.
What the hell?
Life's telling you something.
Seriously. Yeah. No more balloons, apparently, for me. But thank you very much. You were missed, Eva. We had a good laugh. And Lenny brought one of her friends from Chatham. She got excited. She said, I want to do this in Chatham. You got to find someplace closer to me. So if anybody out there is looking to host any trivia music bingo and you think you got what it takes, please come see me. We've just lost our summer help, and now we're trying to replace our winter help because we actually get busier in the winter.
Yeah.
If you can imagine that or not, we get busier in the winter. And I could definitely use someone as my right-hand woman, man, person. Thing, whoever you are. I don't care if you're fun and funny. I want you. So let's talk.
Here we go.
So people are growing to distrust AI and the companies that use it.
Of course.
I had this conversation with my husband because he's, always on this next world, the next. And he's like, it's AR, it's VR, it's AI. And I'm like, my skull, it hurts, it burns. He's like, no, but imagine if you were sitting in your studio and you could teleport somebody into the studio next to you to make it look like them. And then they're having a conversation, but then they could actually see around. And I felt like I was on an episode of Star Trek next to my husband who got real excited about it.
Have you seen Megan yet?
I will not watch Megan.
I saw the
You like horror movies.
I saw the unrated version.
Fun fact about Stephanie, great. I do not like horror movies. This one, favorite thing. Loves cartoon violence in horror movies.
That's it.
I don't know how we've become friends, but I'll sit there and I'll watch it because you know me, I can't not watch
exactly. Don't tell me, don't show me. Wait, what's that?
I know, what is it? Show me.
Exactly.
All right, I didn't like that. But I had to know.
That's it.
I had to know, didn't I?
That's it.
I felt like it was in a horror movie when I was in Pennsylvania. By the way, I didn't realize how close the Poconos was to New Jersey.
Yes.
In fact, yes.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All of a sudden we're driving and I'm like, why are we in New Jersey? Cliff was like, because we're going to New York. I like the entry into New York from the New Jersey side much better. It's so much prettier. Is that all you have to say about that?
I'm gonna say.
That's all you have to say about New Jersey.
Don't want to talk about Jersey.
Red rum. But we really enjoyed it. But I did feel like I was in a horror movie the entire time I was out there, just because of the open air and it's just very, when they don't fix things on the side of the road and they just leave these buildings to collapse. Like you don't see that here.
There's a whole show on that.
It's scary. I can't watch all of the things, so I've never seen a show on it.
Yeah, I think Bronson Pinchot is part of that show.
Really?
Yeah.
What is the name of the show?
You'll find it. I'm not going to tell you.
Okay. Well, at least I know that Balki Bartakamus is running the show, so I'm going to go find it.
You're right on top of that, right, Rose?
I am definitely on top of that. John Coughlin, Jersey sucks. I had to drive through it at least twice last year.
Twice. Not once, but twice.
No, Route 28 West Yarmouth, and go look at the Great Island block. This is a small segment of Cape Cod. This is like pretty much all of Pennsylvania and Jersey seemingly look like there are horror movies being filmed right now.
Totally.
Come hither is what I was watching it as.
Well, when I finally brought Daniel there, we flew into Philly and I had the rental car and we're driving, to where I grew up, and he's seeing exits for Haddonfield, Voorhees. He's like, I'm not gonna live through this visit, because
right?
Of course, Haddonfield, Halloween, Voorhees, Mrs. Voorhees, Friday the 13th, and he loves horror movies too. So it was fun. It's just like that's just the things you get when you're in Jersey. And then I took him to the world's famous largest pickle bar, and he was like, "What the hell?"
Come again?
This? He's like, "This is why you like pickles." It's like, "No, I'm German."
There's a pickle bar?
Yeah, there's a pickle bar. I don't know if it's still around, but it was this sub shop right around Cherry Hill, Haddonfield area, and they had the world's largest pickle bar. It was great.
John said that we should see the old mining towns in Arizona. I'd be chasing storms out there and all of a sudden look around and be like, this is where we go. And I'm in the hills have eyes.
That's it. Yeah, I mean, those are the horror movies in Arizona and all those areas. Yeah, the long drives with the where like you get a flat tire and you go in to get it fixed and gas, and then they've got some museum in the back, and before you know it, they're slicing your foot
there
off.
was that one stretch where I left, I forget where I was with Cody, and we were driving through the desert. Like he had expired. I think it was between the Grand Canyon and my mom's house in Southern California. I mean, the person that gave me life's house and the house in Southern California. We were just driving through the desert for like it was through the Mojave with nothing around us.
Right. And you don't know if you're going to make it.
I don't even know where the next gas station is. Yep. I'm like, buddy, this is not where we go. No. This is not where I want to be. I'm going 100 just to see if I could get somewhere skinwalker.
That's it. Like, and I'm confident. I'm confident when I'm driving on the Cape and it says I've got 0 miles left.
Right.
You know, because it's going to happen.
You know.
But when you're somewhere like that and you've got 5 or 0 miles left, you're like,
oh, no, you're out there with the rattlesnakes. No, thank you. I'll take a pass.
Hard pass.
That's called I-8. It's all the smugglers and heat. No, it's terrifying. We got through there as fast as possible. We really did. It was terrifying, to say the least. Yeah. I don't know how we're getting on horror movies, but apparently we're coming into the fall season hard right now.
I know, and I'm getting bombarded about concert tickets because Duran Duran is next week.
Yep.
In Boston, which love to go, but like,
you're like all over the place with shows right now. You're like, what if I go Lady Gaga? What if I go blah 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 blah? He's getting antsy.
Dave Chappelle's going to be back in Boston October 19th, I believe. TD Bank.
Is he canceled? Is he not canceled? Where are we on Dave Chappelle? Because I think the man is absolutely hysterical.
I do too, and
it's just matter of fact. Observational humor.
I just saw a picture and it was him on stage. You know, it's a big C, his logo. Matt Rife was with him, and so was Chelsea Handler. So I don't know if they're all touring with him.
Really?
Invite him. Yeah. So it's like TD Bank. I don't like it because it's so large, especially for a comedy venue.
Yeah.
But I looked and the whole floor is already sold out. In fact, the floor and the luge area, it's only the nosebleed seats that are available now.
You're going to see Matt Rife, aren't you? I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, I did a VIP. I did a whole VIP thing.
Of course you did.
I'm gonna be like real close to him. You know, spitting distance.
Oh, I love Chappelle too.
I've never been to is it the Brighton Music thing? It's right near
Fenway. Music Hall. Yeah, very cool.
I've never been there, so I was like, oh, that's gonna be great. So I'm gonna see him there, and I also got the VIP to see the All Stars winner, Jimbo. Is that his name? The drag queen. So yeah, he's going to be there too.
That's fun.
I'm excited because I really like him as a performer.
You see the art house is closing.
The art house is closing. They have events all the way through the end of the year.
Where the hell is Ginger Minge going to go?
I don't know, but she's had a great run. That's for sure. Very talented. I mean, all of them are talented. This Halloween, Bianca Del Rio is going to be at Town Hall.
Oh, fun. Town Hall is a great venue. Yeah. It really is. Good morning, Sue, Patrick, and Wendy. Yes, I will stay on the Cape. Thank you. What was yesterday?
No, it was 2 days ago or 3 days ago. Samara Hall. I forgot her name. Won 2 Grammys. Amazing performer. Was at Town Hall.
Fun.
My buddy Greg went to go see her and was so excited.
Yeah, if you've not been to a show or even visited Provincetown, this might be the shoulder season, the better time to go. It's a little bit quieter, a little less fanfare, and there's still that summer weather that we can occasionally get up until past.
September's the best time to go.
Yeah.
The shows are only going, I think, till a week.
Mid-October, right?
Well, some of them are going further than that, but there's others like Misconception, who I just saw tuned out again.
So fun.
Oh my God. Last Friday, it was exactly what I needed with all the
Well, I'm so sad I didn't get a chance to go because I was also invited to that show, and she's been battling illness.
Bronchitis.
Yeah.
And
pneumonia.
Just took the past 3 or 4 days.
But Kevin wasn't so down that he couldn't flaunt the fact that he's going to go be in Puerto Vallarta or wherever he is for the winter.
What he does every year.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
I need a job like that where I'm like, hi, Cape. That was so fun. Now I'm going to go to my winter destination, another Cape Cod. So fun.
Yeah. Well, it's a lot of work.
Yeah.
You know, and he deserves it. He's very talented. And I think this is. This is his best show.
I'm not saying that he's, going to relax or anything like that.
No, but he has some really great gigs and he's worked really hard to get where he is. And I'm very proud of him.
But our friend Robbie from over at Knockabout, we'll talk about what's going on at Knockabout this weekend for Knocktoberfest. But Robbie has been chasing summer for the last 3 years. He's been wintering in Australia, and then he'll come back. I'm like, what the hell? You haven't had an actual winter in like 3 years.
Have you been to Australia?
No.
Ooh.
I'm a little afraid of spiders, and I don't like big bugs and snakes. So that's really the only deterrent, and also like the 2 days it takes to get there. There's like two things that are prohibiting me from going to Australia.
Well,
but other than that,
you need to know how to go there. I know how to go there.
Matt Damon was bopping around Australia the other day, and somebody on social media got him that was organizing this little festival. And they were like, so could you say who you are? I'm like, seriously, that's what you lead with? He's like, Matt Damon. But apparently that's where he goes to take the kids for their final hurrah of summer.
That's great. Yeah.
For one of their like side of the road festivals.
Well, there was a reel I saw recently where like when he lived in New York for a while, he just put on a baseball cap, and sometimes he'd get acknowledged, but a lot of people would just respect the fact that he was with his family and just kind of nod.
I'm so irritated. So you knew I was recently in New York. We saw Back to the Future, the musical.
You haven't talked about that yet.
No. So I saw Back to the Future, the musical. Amazing. Really good. Rob Zemeckis actually did the stage show.
Did he? Okay. All right.
So it was like really well done. And
it's nice. It's really important when they do.
It was incredible. Yeah. And my husband enjoyed every it's his favorite movie. So he was very nervous to go to the musical about it.
Sleep at all.
But he was nervous to go to the musical because it's his favorite. So he didn't want it ruined or tarnished. It's one of those perception things.
It's completely agree.
When you watch the movie after you've read a really good book and you're like, is it going to be ruined for me? Good morning, Amy. And yes, D, thank you so much for joining us. So we're sitting there. It was great. We got rush tickets. Okay. And so we were seated. He was in the 13th row. I gave him the closer up. And I took the 18th row. And at intermission, no one sat next to me.
Okay.
So I was like, you can come back and sit with me or whatever. And he's like, I had better seats up front. I was like, well, then I would have been fine with you staying there. No one said you had to sit next to me.
I'd be like, later, sucker. I got that.
And
nice
then we went and saw The Cottage, which got ripped apart by critics.
Okay.
Because it's Jason Alexander's directorial debut on Broadway. Okay. And it was hysterical.
Yeah.
Eric McCormick's in it, Will from Will and Grace.
Yep.
And I forget what one of the guys from SNL is in, one of the ones that always plays one of Trump's sons. He was hysterical. It was so funny. But in New York, celebrities just walk around with ball caps, like you said.
Yeah.
Which jogged my brain for this. The original going back to this story because I'm like side tangents, 11 other stories.
We call that a VCOG.
Whoop.
Finally change the conversation.
The guy in front of us, definitely seen in some sort of, I don't know whether it was Hallmark or Showtime or whatever it was. Right. I only got a side angle picture and I still haven't been able to identify.
And you sent it to me.
Who he is. And it was driving me crazy to the point where I annoyed the heck out of my husband. Because we're sitting there in an Irish pub and I'm like going through the list of celebrity faces, which by the way, there's a website and a database for. I got to like face number 652 before he was like, can we just end this madness? Maybe it's not who you think it is.
Right, exactly. And it doesn't really matter. You didn't go up to him.
No, I wasn't going to be like, I know you.
You said it to me. I'm like, go in his face, take a picture. Then I'll tell you who it is. By the way, the SNL is Alex
Moffat. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
He's fun.
He's really funny in the show.
I'm sure he is.
It was a physical brand of comedy that I'm not used to Eric McCormick seeing.
Yeah, the set looks very reminiscent of Noises Off.
Yeah.
In a way.
And it reminded me,
which is also a great show.
It was kind of the same set as The Importance of Being Earnest. Okay. It was kind of around there because it's set in a cottage in the woods in the 40s ish. Okay. But it's very funny. Good morning, Serafina.
Hi, Serafina.
And Joanna, I'm so excited. She said, I'm actually awake for your show today. So thank you. Good morning, Seth. Thank you so much for joining us. And Danielle, how are you doing in Florida? Did you guys get any flooding?
Hurricanes coming? Did you there already?
No, it's gone.
It's gone.
It's gone. It's dissipated. Okay. It's Georgia's, Carolinas, and such. You've been obsessed with North Carolina lately, mister.
Me?
Yes.
In what way?
I don't know. Kind of daydreaming about a certain item from North Carolina.
A certain item from North Carolina. I'm trying to remember now.
If you build it, they will come.
Oh, yes. What's the name of it? Blue Ridge Cottage.
I love it.
Blue Ridge log cabins. They're prefab and they have different styles.
Kind of like the Craftsman homes.
Exactly. I don't know if they deliver up here. I think they do. But yeah, this one about 3,000 square foot.
All good here. Tons of rain. Nothing too bad. Yeah. And you didn't lose power.
There you go.
Yay.
The only thing is, like, you got to buy land. You've got to get their land and clearing and all that kind of stuff.
Well, I'm just making mentions for the people in Florida that might not even get a chance to rebuild. They said it's devastating at this point in time. They said that the lack of insurance or the price of insurance for Florida, it's making it cost prohibitive for people to even be able to put their life back together.
It's not flood insurance. It's regular hazard insurance.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable.
Well, it's
flood
any insurance.
I mean, we have a master's policy for the condo for the house, the building, and then we have to have a separate one for flood insurance too.
But think of it. If you're an insurance company and you've got the state of Florida, are you ready, willing, and able to go and help them with insurance policies? I would not insure Florida.
Well, there's a lot of them that have either completely gone out of business or stopped it, and we have a whole new company now.
Yeah.
Because of it.
Yep.
And the prices are outrageous.
She said last year was terrible. The town was flooded for 4 months on power for 4 days. All my freezer food, fridge, lost everything. Yeah, that's not fun to live with. Good morning, Michelle. I see you have a grandbaby. New babies. Olivia was one of our interns when I was on 96.3 The Rose years and years ago, which people still remember me for. What a legacy. But she was one of our interns. She's now on TV. She is a TV news reporter. And she just had her first baby.
Awesome.
So I'm so excited. That makes me feel so old. Congratulations, though. Exciting stuff. You're going to have fun because it's not yours. So you can play with the baby and then give it back and go to bed.
That's it.
It's the best part of all of that. Get my little baby fix. I had my baby's first bingo yesterday. Our friend Jenny Furman brought her baby Samuel, who is a little bit of a preemie. Finally, it's been a month and a half. She felt comfortable to at least bring him in.
Yep.
She didn't stay for music bingo, obviously. It's a little too loud and boisterous for brand new babies. But I got to see a new little baby. All I did was smell it because I love new baby smell. I'm not having a Me Too here with my TV.
All right.
They smell delicious. I can't explain it to you, but I just like, if I could bottle that smell like a scent, I would, because it's just so wonderful.
I'll just say Ziploc bags don't.
We're going to jump into cannibalism here. But that does remind me of Armie Hammer, who just celebrated his birthday on Monday. Who, by the way, said, no, nothing to see here. Everything's fine. It's kind of like when
everything's fine. Let's take a look at the closets in the basement and the car and the garage.
You can't be called out as a cannibal and then start selling timeshare in the Caymans. And then they did a whole like expose on your sexploité.
It was a hurricane that killed him.
Right?
It wasn't me. I didn't do it.
But then he comes out and says, "Oh no, that's all. I've been cleared." But no one's actually cleared him. It's kind of like Carol Baskins was like, "Oh no, that's been cleared." It's not. You can't just tell people it's gone. It's fine. It's fine. Don't look back there.
Don't look.
It's fine.
Pay no attention behind the curtain. Jeez.
Is it fine? It's not fine.
No, it's
not fine.
Jeez.
Good morning, Miss Erin. We get to see Erin Threads over at Knockabout this past Sunday. You're gearing up for a big festival in Yarmouth this weekend. I know, Labor Day weekend, or is it next weekend? The Seaside Festival, is that this weekend? And did I say North Carolina out loud? So Darlene, you just needed to hop on. Hi, I've missed you. I miss your face. I hope you're well. The Seaside Festival in Yarmouth. That's always a fun one.
Yeah.
Lots of vendors, lots of activities. I feel like they have a big bonfire.
That's what I didn't do this year. That would be fun.
Yeah, a big bonfire.
Over at Herring Cove.
Yeah. Yeah, we didn't. It's been a wet.
It's been a very wet summer. This is true.
Oh, October 7th and 8th. Perfect. We got the bonfire then. We still have time.
Oh, good. All right.
I spent in my mirrored hideaway there while I was in Pennsylvania. It was a resort with no children.
Ooh.
Speaking of new baby smell, I did not get.
That's cool.
I loved it. I never knew it was available to me.
You didn't.
I've never lived these lives.
Yes, it wasn't until you were there that you experienced it and understood. Like, wow.
But it was jarring to me when I went out to eat, and then there was a baby there, and I was like, oh, because it had been 4 or 5 days where I saw no children. The difference. So I get it.
You get it now?
It's taken me half of my life to get it, but I've gotten it.
All right.
Message received.
Filed.
But I saw that there's a new airline, Corendon Air, with adult-only flights.
Oh.
Would you pay an extra $100 a seat to have no children to deal with? I kind of say, yeah, I would.
Yep.
The last time I flew, it was back from California. And I had, all of a sudden, I'm just sitting there watching, and I had like little hands. Little hands coming up underneath my arm.
Were they sticky?
Like, no, they weren't sticky. Well, like little hands like this, running up and down my arm. I just sat there. It was so creepy. So creepy. But I just sat there and I was like, wait a minute, what's happening? I feel violated. And then I like looked back, and the parents did not care at all. They did not care.
They're like, what are you gonna do?
I know, right?
Where are you gonna go,
so
Stephanie?
I finally looked back, and I just saw like a little eyeball.
Yep.
One little tiny eyeball.
So funny.
And then the hands. And then once like touching my hair, I'm like, what the hell? I couldn't stop laughing, and the guy beside me couldn't stop laughing because it was so like ridiculous. And I just looked at a complete stranger, and I was like, should I say something? Like literally I had a hand on my face.
Yeah, you should say something, because guess what? It's not just the parents. Remember we talk about how it takes a village? Well, this is the village. Maybe I'm just going to tell your kid to get the hell off me.
And trust me, I've been there as a parent that has a kid that's being rotten on a flight, and you are all trapped like rats, and there's nothing you can do about it but just like suffer your rotten child moment where they're just uncomfortable too and they're acting out. However, with that said, harness that thing, leash it, put it in its seat. I don't know what to do.
But while you were talking about the new airline, there's another one that just came out in the Globe yesterday about, not yesterday, 2 days
Serafina
ago.
says absolutely. And yes.
Good. Bermuda Air, they're offering only business class seats.
All right.
Direct from Boston to Bermuda. If you're interested in Bermuda, I know that's a location.
I usually travel like steerage, so I'm used to just whatever it is that I get because I'm a bargain hunter.
Yeah,
I
know you guys fly bargain,
but I would rather spend the money where we are on experiences than how I get there.
Well, but the flight is an experience as well, as you just described.
Correct. That was an experience that I definitely had a story for.
Yep. You didn't sign a release. You didn't know it was coming.
I didn't sign a release to be violated.
By a child, no less.
Yeah, right. There's no benefit there other than a good story.
Exactly.
So we got Oktoberfest coming up at Knockabout pretty much all month long, which I'm excited that they're starting it like September.
Well,
we're going.
They already unleashed their Oktoberfest draft, and I love it. It's
but this weekend is games, and you know how I love my games.
Yep.
So there's going to be like Stein hoisting,
right?
And they've got beer puppeteer, where basically you get in this like wooden contraption, and you have to like gently with a levy get your beer in your mouth without spilling it all over your head. I'm just there to watch. Right. I'll be there with popcorn, watching it all. And you can sign up for the games because there are prizes and other fun activities going on at Knockabout this weekend. Right. Just go to their website and to sign up. Because I was laughing at my daughter. She was trying on her lederhosen. And it's not real lederhosen like our friend Ace has. It's just, costume lederhosen.
Right.
But she looks cute. I'm excited. You like the beer because you've already tried it, correct?
Yes, exactly.
So stop on by. Last day of August. We're saying goodbye to August today.
That's right. Well, it's come and gone.
Mm-hmm.
Another season. And the season's not over yet. That's the one thing that people don't understand. Labor Day is not the end of the season.
Right.
Meteorologically
it is.
Meteorologically, yeah. But we still have some great weather
Did everybody charge up their crystals last night? Where are my witches at?
Oh, that's right. Last night was a blue moon, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Full blue moon.
Cool.
Last one we're going to have until 2037 or something like that.
Really? I didn't know
Yeah.
that. Wow.
So it was like, I got to see it just as I was leaving Tomatillo's last night after video music bingo. And I was like, oh, there it is. Oh, okay. Because everyone is taking a photo with an iPhone or your Android or whatever, and it just looks like a dot in the sky. Totally. It looks that funny meme where it was like a Burger King moon or whatever, and it's like that's a sign. That's not even the moon, lady. What are you doing? But our friend Marilee Cassidy from the Cape Cod Times actually posted a beautiful photo. She said she'd been searching for it all day, and when she finally given up and was driving on the way home, that's when it popped out. She should pull over and get a good photo, and it wasn't the one that she wanted, but she said, I guess I'll just have to wait until 2037.
Wow, that's a long time.
It is a long time, so that was a happening, I guess.
Will I still be alive?
Yes, you will. Are you really like jumping into the retirement planning?
Oh, yeah, I'll be 69. That'll be good.
I've been working.
Do the math, folks,
Yeah, right? I've been working with Chris Boyd, who does a podcast, Something More. And it's all about investment, financial planning, planning for retirement. What do you do in the 5 years prior to retirement? But I get sucked into these fabulous conversations about investments. I have no money or investments, but I just feel like if I ever got some, I would do really well with it after I listened to all of that. I'm ready for you to give me the money now because I know what to do with it now. But it's super stressful planning for that situation.
Well, it is.
And I've seen that my life givers go through two separate roads of what they're going to do for the rest of their life. And I hope they've planned well.
Yeah.
You got nothing from me. I had her funeral last week.
TikTok. I'm waiting for that payday.
I'm not going to get into it, but
okay.
We were talking about kids, and I forgot to talk about the fact that Nick Cannon's brother.
Nick Cannon, please.
No, I loved what his brother had to say.
Go ahead. What did his brother have to say?
Gabriel Cannon said that he had to Google how to keep his kids straight because he didn't know what the names were and who the baby mamas were, which I really appreciated. Honestly, I don't know how he even remembers himself.
You have to come with an index card,
right?
Double-sided.
Like, these are my nieces and nephews. I'd like to know your names. Can you guys wear name tags? Like, it's a school outing when they go out.
And your mom is.
Can you draw just whatever?
Wait, I have to pull up ancestry.com. I've got the tree in there.
Maybe they should just give them numbers.
Numbers.
Numbers or letters. I don't know how they're working it over in the Cannon family.
Wow.
But I did love that his brother was definitely throwing a barb at him for the world to know about.
True. As if the world didn't already know.
Well, we're here in this weird space right now. Jimmy Kimmel said that he was talking about he was totally ready to retire.
Well,
but then the actor strike happened.
Exactly.
I saw my second protest in New York, and it was the Screen Actors Guild.
Cool.
All SAG-AFTRA, everybody out there with their pitchforks and their signs and their everything. But he said, this has given him pause to actually appreciate his work.
Okay.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about the toxic work culture that we're currently in right now. You do a really good job of separating. You have this personal ability to put things in boxes and kind of put it on a spreadsheet. And there's the time for relaxation, then there's the time for this, and then there's the time for this. Hey, Tara, but I'm in wonder. I watch you in awe sometimes.
It's underneath the veneer behind the curtain. There's still that stress.
Yeah.
There's still that always in the back of my mind because it still has to happen. So, but thank you for acknowledging that because there is.
Well, you make it look real easy, and I'm envious of that as we're here broadcasting on LinkedIn as well, talking about the work environment that you put yourself in. And now that I'm self-employed, it's a different space. I'm in charge of that, so it's a new space for me. But you're really good about management of it.
Thanks. It is challenging because there's a lot of demands, and especially when you have or you're in a position where a lot of people come to you and count on you. And it's a point of failure, and it's something that luckily right now with a new director that we have is acknowledging all of that, acknowledging not only the work and how hard I'm doing and what I'm presenting and that I'm doing a good job, but also knowing that we can't keep this guy doing this 150% nonstop now. We have to definitely get the the structure that we need so that we don't have a point of failure and that we don't get somebody who's burnt out. So
there's so many, it's a juggling act.
It is,
and it's a balancing act.
And when you have a boss like that who acknowledges and has a plan, it does give you that extra energy and that extra hope in a way, but also positivity that I can get everybody else on the same page and say, it's going to get better.
Yeah. Hi, Thanos.
We're getting there. And again, this is something I've dedicated my entire career to.
Yeah.
And it's important. It's important work that I believe in, and we will get there. I'm real excited. We're definitely.
Well, it's like back to school, back to work, back to the grind, back to maybe dealing with somebody at work that you're not comfortable dealing with, back to a situation that you're not comfortable dealing with.
Yep.
It is a different mindset to go back into an office space. And I know a lot of people are returning from virtual work or changing the landscape of their work right now. There's just like a lot of hurdles.
Yeah.
But I feel like whatever thing is thrown at you, manage it well, because you've got that foundation of this goes here on the spreadsheet, this goes here, this goes here. I'm not good at that. I'm learning that.
Well, that's good. Yeah. And I'm glad that you're seeing that.
Oh my God. Yeah.
No, only because
there's a better way to be. Yeah, I'm learning.
Well, not
that.
a better way to be, but just it's not to take it all so seriously.
Yeah.
And just be able to put in those pockets. And it's too bad that it's still there, because people were like, it's the summer, you should enjoy it, you should go, do that. And like, no, this is where I have 2 full-time jobs, basically.
Yeah.
With the rental property. It's getting to be a lot. But I'm very, I'm thankful. I don't have, I didn't have that, but I figured out how to do something else.
Well, we live in a hustle culture.
Well, it's not just a hustle, but to survive,
mm-hmm.
And again, giving myself options for later.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing, because I don't want to have to do this my entire life. There's so many people I know that I've grown up with, or people in my life, that they keep working, and I'm worked hard for retirement. I want to be able to retire and do other things that don't require me to have to do it.
Yeah.
And not everybody gets that luxury.
Right. For sure.
But it's something that I definitely am focusing on.
Yeah. As I'm watching my husband pivot and wade through his new reality.
Yeah.
And me 3 years into it, still being like, I don't even know what I'm doing over here, but I'm doing it. I'm waking up. I'm going through the motions. I'm working it out. I'm figuring out how to take care of myself a little bit better.
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen that, because it's true.
Rather than just like go. I'll breathe, I'll sleep when I'm dead. And I can't do that, because I'm not going to last very long if I do that.
Yeah.
And I know restaurants, Thanos, you as well, like we get so wrapped up in I have to deal with this, or no one else is going to deal with it. And it's so stressful. And then finding people to hire right now, or finding people to stay at a job, because most people are saying, well, I don't like that. It doesn't suit my needs right now. And then just leaving.
Yeah.
I don't know where they're leaving to.
Well, that's the thing, and it's really been hard finding a job around here.
I feel like we're diverging more. People are finding they can live and work with less. And then there are people that are finding alternate ways to be able to use that and pushing it into technology. And I don't really know where the space and the layout of the world is right now. Yeah. It's a little scary.
It is, and also you've been evolving.
Yeah.
All the stuff that
as a human,
but also what you're doing, what your company's doing, which is great, because there are different ways to incorporate a lot of different things which you've been able to do.
Yeah.
With all the people locally that you interact with.
Yeah. I'm doing my very best.
No, it's great to see, I mean, tell us a little bit about how Shipwreck during the afternoons have been going.
Well, that's fine. That's over. And I was having fun. I'm really working on our mental health aspect of things, because people don't really take the time for a little bit of downtime, a little bit of games, a little bit of puzzles, a little bit of something. It doesn't need to be a grandiose vacation or a big few hours away. But if you just take an hour off, I'm finding how much more productive I am on the other side. When I'm one of those tunnel vision people, because sometimes I get lost if I come back. But I'm finding that I'm a little lost in the beginning, but I'm embracing that lost instead of being annoyed by that lost.
Right.
And then I'm being more productive on the other side.
Yeah.
So that has definitely been a work in progress, but I'm urging other people, and we're building a program. We're building an elder care program for people, for retention and socialization and all the important parts of you that you kind of stuff in a box because you don't have time for it or don't address it. But I really want people to be able to like get out there and to be able to be a whole human being instead of this a half a human today. Because I roll around like half a human a lot. And I'm working on just being fully present in most of my day instead of one small piece of my day. And that's been work.
No,
that's the work.
But the payoff has been your mental clarity and you're more rested, even by just taking that hour off. And doing whatever. It's not time lost because you feel you have to do all this other work stuff. It's time nourishing you. Your body.
I listened to tons of podcasts while I was driving around, and entrepreneurial ones and business ones, because whenever we get a new client at Lemonadio, I really jump into their world, their market, their stuff, because I need to fully understand where they're coming from and to see all of how it works so that I can help them work it better. That's why we're really good consultants and we're really good at our job, because we actually care and spend the time for that. So I'm listening and I'm fully invested in all of this stuff, and I'm finding what works for some people and what makes things likable, and to be able to go back to the client and just say to them, look, we're not going to work so hard on this, but you can focus more on this avenue. And here is the direction to go in to be more current, to be able to talk to people, because their value of 40 years of experience and watching this develop. And my husband always says it, where it's, you're not paying that plumber to show up at your house for $200 and do nothing. You're paying for that plumber's 40 years of experience and what they've seen and how they can just turn a knob and leave. That's you're paying them, because you're going to spend there on YouTube and watching this video, and that education costs people.
It's true. We don't have enough people going into trade.
No, we don't. So if you've got somebody that's really good at a certain skill, please foster them, because it's not always workplace stamping papers. If they're great at something, do that something. I'm excited for that. So,
and I think the podcast that you also are, that people have come to you to help promote and to work with you, it's just all enriching stuff. Really
that's exactly it. Push enrichment. And we're losing that in our school systems as we're worrying about cell phones and pockets and not really nourishing our artisans, our crafters, our makers. And that's what our whole mission has been here at Lemonadio, is to really champion people that are doing cool things at their job, whatever it is. It's not for me to like or tell you what's right or wrong about it. It's just for me to be a champion for you. So if you've got nothing out of this podcast today, just know that you got a champion in us.
That's it.
Hey, Lauren, I got to see your beautiful shining face yesterday. She got to play with some of the kids. She did a little Macarena.
Oh, that's
She just
great.
completed her 4.2-mile swim in open water ocean during shark season. You crazy thing. To raise money for what her joy was. She is trying to get this VW refurbished bus to go and do her job, to go do paint faces and go do activities and go do her art, whatever that is, for places. And I love that she's found an avenue with E4All, and she's found an avenue with some other entrepreneurs, and just being with like-minded people and cultivating cool things has been really a joy for me, as my second part of my life, my second career, incorporating what I've learned from my first half. So that's been awesome. Thank you, Danielle. It's not about me tooting my own horn, but I definitely got excited, and just watching people find their joy. Exactly. It's exciting. Plop adjacent. She said, thanks for my Plop adjacent shirt.
You're welcome. I love that shirt.
But she's one of those people that said, what are you doing on Saturday? Goat yoga. Let's go. And so it got me out of my space of sitting down here. And I mean, if you surround yourself, you're surrounded by the culmination of 5 of your best friends, basically, is what I heard in a podcast. And I was like, you're right. So the circle that you surround yourself with are the people that are going to be bringing you up. So
well, that's one of the
be mindful of it.
Yeah, no, that's one of the things that Daniel told me to do. He's like, find joy and be around people that are good to you.
Or just good people.
Just good people. Yeah. No, and it feels great.
Does it? Because you look a little melancholy.
Well, I'm still evaluating. There's some that they're still around. And that's because I bring them joy.
I open the door to toxicity.
No, it's just
still around.
There's always one left and right where you have to be that shining light for them. Sometimes takes a lot of energy, but it's worth it because you're helping another human being.
Yeah, that's it.
Who's going through their own trials and tribulations.
Yeah.
So, and that's something that's innate. I mean, we were talking about that earlier about like being an innate caregiver, and doing it, having this kind of be your role your whole life, and just being that bright star that you give that, it emanates, and you get to share that with people, and sometimes they'll cling on.
Yeah.
Which is fine. You just have to make sure, short controlled bursts.
Well, they can ride in the plane with that little baby.
Like, okay, RTB has to recharge now.
Clinging on to me. There you go. Time to slough that thing off and get off that plane. I hope everybody has a great, safe Labor Day weekend, whatever it is that you're doing. I hope it's fun. Make sure you check in with us and let us know all the cool things that you're doing. I would love to be able to have you to host with me. Huck was supposed to check in with me today, but he has a situation going on in his life, and life is happening to him, at him, with him. So I hope the best for him. One of our boxer friends who is quite a character.
Well, I can't wait for you to have him on. So hopefully you'll see him.
And
soon.
Thank you so much for answering the call.
Oh, you know what? I was exhausted. I went to bed early and I woke up, and I knew, I wake up so early these days of life.
Yeah, right.
But I was like, oh, I got a text. I wonder who it was. And you said that, if I want
come on down.
And I'm like, oh yes. And I'm like, is this time okay? And you're like, yeah, perfect.
Oh, I'm so excited to
I am too, because I always need this. It's a great shot of life. It feels great.
So take tons of photos, put them on your new page, RTB. You can find him on social.
Yep.
The celebrity needs more followers, so follow away. And don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel so that we can come and bring you content and you're aware of it every time we pop on. We thank you very much. We thank our sponsors, MBR Landscaping and Home Services. Go tell Bruno Stephanie sent you. Also, Rockland Trust, still a little bit of time to make a donation for those lemonade stands for Tommy's Place. And Mia, the Kia, has got another thing coming. We'll talk about Cape Cod's Kia coming up in just a little bit. We got a lot happening for the fall here.
That's awesome.
Stick around. We'll talk to you later.
Have a great Labor Day weekend.
Bye. Bye. Goodbye. Oh my God. Lauren, good luck at the ER today. Bye.